Hey everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Ying's Squawk Box. So market is coming down a little bit, right? Not to worry, I actually think it's a great buy spot. So today's episode is going to be really on time. Me personally, I added yesterday, added today, especially large cap growth stock. We're talking about tech sector, great buyable spot. Here's a SPY index tracking S&P 500. Here we have 480. Let's put a horizontal line. That's our spot. We're gonna shoot for that, but here we have our first support. It's going to be support number 1, and then here we're thinking trying to make another support. Now this is kind of like in the middle of no man's land, not really a whole lot of reference point. This spot is really because of the timing algorithm proprietary in my own company, but to give that intuition, you can kind of think of this technical indicator called RSI down here. Follow some sort of normal distribution. What that means is most of the time it's going to stay in the middle, but if it goes down too much, that's going to be an unlikely event. So when it's unlikely event, chances are it will not stay there for long. So what that means is it's going to bounce back up faster than you think. So stuff like this, let's put a horizontal line. These are good points to buy. So what are we talking about? We're talking about right here, we're talking about here, we're talking about here. So in other words, these are spots I'm referring to personally. We're talking about 380, 390. From here, I think there's a high chance it's going to bounce back up in the market. Obviously, it's going to be led by the tech sector. Tech sector, we're going to first talk about power shares. Power shares, this spot is quite interesting. It's right above 280. Not a whole lot of reference points, kind of like random, right? So let's put a vertical line. And it's by timing algorithm, and the intuition is look at the indicator down here. Perhaps there's something like that you can refer to. And when RSI hits 38, 32, it's an unlikely event. So if it's unlikely, it will not stay there for long. You'll bounce back up, and I think it's a good chance that you'll come back up, make highs, rather than continue to go down. So with that being said, that's the general market. What are the stocks we're talking about? First stock is obviously Apple, right? Now, obviously, it's a good stock to add. So here we get a trend line. You can put that there. Obviously, here's another support you can refer to. If it hits this area, I think it's a great chance that you can buy. Another name that I'm interested in is Google. Google is quite expensive, so if you're trading this, maybe not a whole lot of liquidity for you to buy heavy, but this area definitely is going to be something I'm personally looking forward to. So we're talking about 20 to 30. That's the support I'm looking at. And overall, this chart is still healthy. I know we come down a little bit, and it can bounce back up, chew up that volatility, and potentially make new highs. Another name that, of course, you guys have all been talking about is Tesla. Tesla actually broke this day on February 24th, but I think overall it's still okay. Here we have this thing called double bottom. So let's put a trend line as something like that. The double bottom is kind of like an important signal. It means that this bottom has been tested twice and is quite sustainable. You can kind of think like that. Obviously, that's more of an empirical hypothesis than an actual theory, but still a good spot to refer to, especially combined with news. You can get some momentum down there. So this is definitely a good spot for you to buy the bounce back, other than to instead of short through it. I think overall the stock is still healthy, and if the RSI start to consolidate, it will bounce back up right off the bat. We're talking about $1,200. A couple of the computer chip names. First name is NVDA, definitely a good spot there. Let's put a vertical line. I think right off the bat we're talking about all-time high S340. Let's put a horizontal line. That's going to be the trade. So this is a good stock to put in your portfolio. You buy the bounce back, and potentially you could hit new highs. The biggest competitor for NVIDIA is AMD. This is definitely trying to form a bottom. I would say it's actually very dangerous for you to try to short sell this name. And your bet is higher chance of success if you're betting the upside. So I definitely think this is a good spot to own. Let's put a trend line. In this case, we're talking about an area around $82, $83. Definitely something that's worth a shot. It's a good thing to keep this stock in your portfolio as well, because this is not a large cap stock. It's actually considered a mid cap. Sometimes people call it small cap. So if you look at the market share, most of the computer chip market is controlled by NVIDIA. For small cap, if you're looking at the Russell index, this is definitely one of the stock that's heavy holding. So if you look at mid cap, small cap, this stock that you want to go to. So with that being said, I think it's quite interesting to see how this year turned out. It's not a year to be afraid of market, but it's a year to act on it. Hope you like this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.